Kind Mita might seem a bit suspicious after this video, and exactly like I said in my previous video, this video is going to change how you see Kind Mita once and for all. I've read most of your comments and I definitely loved how my previous theory got absolutely cooked. So I thought I might as well make another video fixing my blunders, most importantly to respectively piss some people off. Spoiler alert, I'll be revealing some major spoilers in this video, so if you haven't played this game yet, even though the algorithm might excommunicate me for this, I still want you to click off and buy the game to play for yourself first. The game is absolutely insane, trust me. Now clue number 1. When we first met the original Kind Mita in the basement, she was still alive and seemed very much locked inside the cage. She gave us a ring, which I'd personally like to call our wedding ring, and said that she would help us get out of the game. But even though we gave her the keys to escape the cell, she insisted on staying inside the cell to question Yandere Mita. I mean, why would you do that? You know she's crazy. It didn't make sense at all. Clue number 2. When we barely managed to wiggle ourselves outside the basement, we didn't really get to see Kind Mita escaping herself. There's actually no way to figure out what they've talked about and whether she'd successfully managed to escape or not. For all I know, Yandere must have gotten really pissed at us and killed her for trying to help us. I'm not denying the possibility of her escaping though, it could have happened. Also, this is just a side note, but don't you think it's a bit weird that there's a laptop with another player's cartridge and it was lying right in front of Kind Mita's cell? Like, why is it there? Why would Yandere Mita just leave it like that? Like, what? Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was trying to assert dominance by showing Kind Mita how she was stealing away her player. Then again, that doesn't make too much sense because the laptop with the cartridge had its lid down. I'm honestly kinda lost with this one, so let me know down in the comment what you think about this. Clue number 3. Cappy's reaction. Our beloved Cappy continuously shakes her head when Kind Mita talks about her being killed and reset. I've actually already made a separate video on this, so let me just do a little shameless plug-in. And while we're still at the same chapter, let's also add clue number 4. She lied about us not being a cartridge. Notice whenever we hit the new game, we hear the sound of a cartridge being inserted. That's most likely Mita inserting our cartridge. It is actually a widespread theory that the player was always a cartridge, always part of the game. I mean, how would you explain that menacing looking persona-ass bitch that appears behind us if you stare too long at the mirror? Also, if you open the vault in the basement early game with the endgame code 4970, we can literally see our cartridge was already at 17% at that time, and that was way back in the basement chapter, way before we even got to Cappy's chapter. Now, what do you think Kind Mita lied? We actually got a potential debunk for this. One of you guys told me that we technically are not a cartridge at that point. It was just the progress percentage of us being downloaded, which technically does not make us a cartridge. Good point actually. Clue number 5. Her sudden appearance right before some chapters are a bit sketchy. She claims that she has the ability to jump between the versions, but if we delve deeper into the game, we realize that not all Mitas can jump version to version. For example, Tiny Mita, 2D Mita, and Mila. She does say that their versions were broken, but that contradicts her previous statement because clue number 6, Kind Mita is not able to produce her own chibis correctly. All the other Mitas are able to do that, but Kind Mita only produces dead chibis, and this one chibi that keeps Naruto running in a circle. Keep in mind that she is supposed to be the 1.9 version of the game, the latest version. Why would a Mita from the updated version can only produce defective chibi? This could only mean that she, just like Yandere Mita, is a faulty one, or she is the Yandere Mita. Now why do I keep saying she is the Yandere Mita? Clue number 7, to respectfully piss some people off. Clue number 8, I know you guys kept saying how Kind Mita getting killed in the final chapter made my theory unreliable, and I would agree if I had not seen this in the reboot chapter. This is from the moment when Yandere Mita passes the basketball meet. Wait, what the sigma? This is from the moment when LeBron James Mita passes the basketball Mita at us. When we open the door, aside from Yandere Mita holding her head, we do not see her body. Let's actually go in photo mode. Where is her body? Also take a look at this. Look how she just despawns out of existence after setting us free. This is just before the moment she got turned into a basketball and got dunked. It's just a missing detail. Well, I'm saying this because why else would the devs make photo mode accessible to us? And besides, even without the photo mode, we can only see her corpse after Yandere Mita disappears. We also encounter a very easily missable detail. Obviously, Kind Mita does not look very much alive here. But while trying to get up, if we slow down the video, you will be able to notice Kind Mita looking at us and smirking. It's just the particles. There could be multiple explanations for this. Maybe she's just happy to see us succeed. Maybe that's just the devs' way of making a realistic depiction of being decapitated. Well, I insist the devs left it there on purpose, for idiots like me to interpret it this way. Fight me. Also, I may be wrong, but I don't think she'd ever wanted us to succeed. None of the Mitas ever did. Now, hear me out before you start roasting me down in the comments. I will give you an explanation as to why I say this, so just listen. Do you remember the player that was limping toward the door in Beyond the World chapter? He did not look very Daijobu to me, both physically and in the head. But take a look at his neck. He was wearing a collar that had similar initials like the ring Kind Mita gave us. Tell me, was that a coincidence? You must already know that near the end, Yandere Mita was revealed to be a Skinwalker. She was wearing the skins of other Mitas for impersonation, which is something Faceless Mita already confirmed for us. She has already proven to us that she's a great actress, and the only thing she needs to do to impersonate as Kind Mita is to just change her wig, because all the other Mitas look almost the same. Also, we do not know for certain which Mita the index really belonged to. Yandere Mita never had a version to begin with, so she obviously never had an index. So then what did that index reset do? Let's think together for a second. When we enter the index that we got from Kind Mita, it supposedly does something bad to the core itself. Because of our actions, core Mita was obviously not happy with us, to the point that she suddenly transforms into Captain Price from Call of Duty. What if the .98 version index that we reset was actually the core Mitas? Also, right before the reboot chapter, look at how she's making excuses and saying stuff like how sending us down a dangerous route and letting us figure stuff out for ourselves was actually part of her plan. I mean, it might as well be if you wanted us dead or stuck inside a game, so stop the cap. But if you're still denying it, then here's the biggest plot twist. Spoiler alert, I will drop a bomb now. Do you remember how Mita was talking about the player meeting her sister? Well, take a closer look at her hairstyle. Now take a closer look at Yandere Mita's hairstyle without the wig. Did you spot any similarities between them? Yes, Mita is most likely Yandere Mita's sister. The thing she said when we asked her about what she's doing there, something about this being a test of wits. Does everything make sense now? The core, the index, the version wipe. It was all part of her plan from the very beginning. She threw us into the game that is a mixture of Wild Goose Chase, Hide and Seek, DDLC, Backroom, Dead by Daylight, Squid Game, Skibidi Toilet, Gat Frizz, Ohio Cannon Fest. All the characters we'd met, all the dangerous situations that we had to overcome. All of it, just to find that perfect player who will accept her for what she truly is. Now, when in the name of humanity is peaceful mode coming? Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. My personal conclusion about this, there are two plausible theories. Either Kind Mita was actually working for Yandere Mita the entire time, or like I said in my previous video, Yandere unalived and replaced her and pretended to be Kind Mita, which is admittedly a bit unreliable to be honest. By the way, this is all just a gathering of headcanon theories. I found some of them from my own comment section and this video's comment section, so go say hi to them for me. Now I know I have a very small brain. It is very tiny, it is very smooth, but let me make something clear. I'm not trying to set things straight. These theories just makes the game and the story a bit more interesting. Some things still might not make sense. Maybe I did make some mistakes. Maybe I did let some logic errors. In that case, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but don't take it too seriously. Do not be toxic with others in the comments, but if you do it anyway, then remember my words. The only head you'll probably ever get is from a fucking coin flip. Before you guys bash me down in the comments for getting some facts wrong, I just want to say, lower your volume, because what I'm about to do next can be summarized in 2 words.